behind-the-scenes post from the set of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage reveals George reuniting with the rest of the Cooper family. Chuck Lorre and his team were able to circumvent young Sheldon's conclusion by immediately launching its sequel spin-off the following TV cycle. While the focus of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's storytelling is a little different, the Coopers remain an integral part of its narrative, especially considering the Big Bang Theory canon. All Texas-based characters have already appeared, but it will also bring back Lance Barber as George, despite his death in young Sheldon. Shared on Instagram by Missy actor Reagan Revord, the post features Zoe Perry, Jordan, and her in an adorable group hug with Barber. This marks the first time that the actors have reunited on screen after it was announced that the Cooper patriarch is coming back in the young Sheldon spin-off. Previously, Barber attended the live audience filming for the show's special Thanksgiving episode in 2024, despite not having any on-screen involvement. For context, this was taken during Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's live audience taping for the week. Check out the image below. George's death in young Sheldon launched the final 2 episodes of the series, which ended with Sheldon moving to California for his postgraduate studies. Despite being long established in the Big Bang Theory canon, the prequel was still able to make George's demise both shocking and tragic. Considering this, it makes sense that Barber is protective of his character's legacy and the way he was written out. His death will stick, and instead, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is bringing George back via a dream sequence where he will have a heartfelt conversation with Georgie. A previous behind-the-scenes photo confirmed that the cast and crew have already filmed at least a portion of the scene. However, since Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is primarily shot in front of the live studio audience, it's curious if other sequences will see Barber sharing the screen again with other members of the Cooper family, such as Mary and Missy. While Georgie was George's most overlooked child, it would still be great to see him have a conversation, even a fictional one, with his daughter, who has been secretly struggling after his demise. Sheldon now lives in California, so incorporating him into Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will require a more creative storyline than the McAllisters just inviting him over. Behind the scenes, Ian Armitage seems to always be on the move, which also poses a challenge for him when it comes to just spending time with his former castmates. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage films in Los Angeles at the Warner Bros. Studios lot where young Sheldon and the Big Bang Theory were also shot. However, the young actor is seen on social media traveling a lot. It's safe to say that it's only a matter of time before he returns. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage producers have been vocal about finding ways to incorporate the boy genius into their storytelling without disrupting his arc in California. They also have to consider the current storytelling of the spin-off sequel, specifically how to establish its identity separate from Sheldon and his origin story. On Armitage's end, he's open to reprising the role if Georgie and Mandy's first marriage needs him. Ultimately, the cameo will happen, but the chances of that episode also featuring George are very little to none. Sadly, this is very unlikely to happen. In fact, the family will only splinter further moving forward, assuming that Lorre and his team will closely stick to what was established in the franchise. Per the Big Bang Theory canon, Sheldon and Georgie will eventually get into a conflict that results in them not speaking to each other for 10 years, until the former's wedding to Amy. Meanwhile, Missy will eventually marry an unknown man, although that marriage will end in divorce. Throughout this period, her relationship with Mary is only going to get worse.